When God wants to give dominion, he considers image. I say, when God wants to give dominion, he considers image. Image determines destiny. Image determines destiny. When God created Adam in Genesis chapter 1, he brought an image. But that image of Adam is not the exact image of God. It's the image of God in a garden. Image of, that means image cannot be separated from environment, from vision. Why Adam fell? Inevitably, because that was the image of God in a garden. When Jesus came, he has the image of God in the Son of God, which is not exactly the image of God, but the image of God in the Son. And then Jesus had the power. He had the power, he had the dominion of image of God in the Son. When you want to know how far people can go, I will like you to look closely at their image. You see, because God will not ignore it when he wants to give dominion. Image also determines productivity. It controls command. Some people want command without talking about image. Now, the Third Testament is a book of revelation and thought that is needed to produce the image of the Lion of Judah. You see, because in the Third Testament is encapsulated the thought and the revelation of the person of the Lion. Now, the person of the Lion is found all over Bible, but not in thought form, but in formless nature. But in the Third Testament, the Lion of Judah will incarnate a thought and then a way of living. There is something that the earth will never defeat. The earth will never defeat a unique way of living. I'm going to give you 1 minute to write it on your paper. Learn from a particular thought. Zeresh, the wife of Haman, told Haman, I said, if Mordecai is the seed of the Jews, he said, before whom you begin to fall, he said, you will fall completely. There are characters produced from certain thoughts that cannot be subjected to shame. Let me say it again. I said there are characters that are produced from certain thoughts that cannot be subjected to any shame on earth. You see, because they live impeccably on earth like God. They have command of God from living, not from prayer. I said they enjoy the command of God from living. So anywhere they are found, the integrity of the personality of the Lion of Judah make them desirable. in 39 of the book of Genesis, a standard of living, a kind of impeccability that shut the door of waste, was with Joseph, that made the house of Potiphar prosperous. Excuse me, I have an impeccability, to God be glory, that must not allow me to lose anything. Hey, no, maybe you don't understand. You don't understand what I'm saying. Now, the impeccability means you don't demote me from emotions. That means I'm always in charge, both mentally, emotionally, and physically, spiritually. And then I am gagged in my person to represent something that is firm. So I don't use money to buy glory. My person carries it. If I am 10 years now, I will not get married, because if I have a wife, I'll start losing it. I don't want my life to be exposed. No, I don't want my life to be exposed. I will never be exposed. Don't you know the level? Are you not seeing the level of sanity that is always in the camp? That is why when we come and go, nobody dies, because we don't quarrel. I say we don't. If you go to the camp where the head of mandate is not married and you are quarreling there, you are from the devil. There's nothing to make you quarrel. I am in charge of nothing. When you are a leader, I don't supervise you, and you want to quarrel. When you are in kitchen cooking food, did I come here to supervise you? And you want to mention my name? When you are counting money, did I tell you expenses that you should do and why you should not do? And you did what you want with the money that came to the altar, and you want to mention my name? I'm the one that transferred the money you use in buying cow. Did I eat one meat? Church, why are you thinking? Huh? Why will I bother you? Even the one you gave me in seed, I still brought it back to you. I used it to pay the debt you're owing to building, used to buy rod. I bought rod this morning before I came here. Because what is important to me is my life. So whether Lucas Army or not, I will remain a great man. Don't allow anything on earth to defy your life, your firmness. Everything will gravitate to it. The essence of the testament is to produce a desirable life. A life in a pattern. I'm not talking about holiness. I'm talking about firmness. Power or character. Something impeccable. Something without wrinkle, without blemish. Even if you want to say anything on earth, nobody will listen. Can I tell you something? Don't joke with testimony of angels. Men can give you support, all right, but don't take support from them first. Take from God. Church, is it quite great? Huh? Huh? Excuse me. You know the kind of background where we came from. 33 years of preaching. A lot of things has happened. You know, there are some things you don't know about when the land is in ruins. You cannot know it because you're supposed to know it practically, because you're not involved in leadership. You might not know. I have received a lot of discouragement from all manner of angles. You see, but I'm firm, I'm untouchable, because I know the difference between a church and a man. If I know the difference between Jesus and the church, then there should be a difference between me and Lucas Sam. Lucas Sam will not matter to me as myself. That's why I don't do administration now. If I have to administer you, then you should show me willingness to follow. Otherwise, if you administer people who don't want to follow, then you're going to be the one who have a headache. I don't want to come here, come. 10 people gather together. Why you want to go and bring another 10 people? By the time you come back, these other 10 are scattered. Because they will not stay where you ask them to stay. And then by the time you come back, 10 are scattered. You kept that 10 around. You say, stay here, I'm coming. Stay here, I'm coming. By the time you come back, by the time you do what? You come back, the other 10 you kept have already scattered. Who want to do that? What I will do is to be talking to you wherever you're scattered. Since you don't want to be in one place. And God will bless you to know something you can change and what you can change, so they can have peace. Slaves and the oppressed, TH is missing, need freedom to serve God. There's something I was saying yesterday. Kennedy, the word the oppressed should be there. Slaves and the oppressed need. A lot of people who are not free are claiming to be serving God. It's not possible. A slave can't serve God. Somebody who is oppressed need deliverance to serve. God said to Moses, he said, go to Egypt and bring the people out to the mountain so that they can serve me. They can make a feast. So the first approach to service is freedom. Impartation. What? Freedom. Impartation. Then service is possible. So when people are delivered, they are built. They are built, and then they serve. If they are not built, they can't serve. It was not possible for the people of Egypt, people of Israel, to serve God in Egypt. You're telling somebody, stay in prayer room to pray. He says, Shepherd, I have appointment with doctor. The other time I was praying, my muscle was making noise. And my bone. Let me go and meet the doctor first. And then he came back and said, the next week he said, I want to go and meet a teeth doctor. Teeth. Or was somebody that the muscle was making noise the other day? You gave her permission. She went to meet a teeth doctor. And they removed the incisor. And she came back. And then after 3 weeks, she said, I have an appointment with an eye doctor. He said, I need glass to see you clearly.